Gina, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a review for you. I don't do a lot of reviews. I'd like to start doing more, but today's review, I'm very grateful to have received the book More Than the Madness, a memoir by John Konecki from the publishers in exchange for a review, and that is what I have for you today. More Than the Madness is a memoir surrounding John's life living with bipolar disorder, or as he was diagnosed early in his life, manic depression. And it basically just goes through various instances of times he started noticing something was off with him, to where going into times where he's spent in jail, times he spent in the hospital, various friend activities, and he even goes into details about how he became a Christian and how all of that helped him to be where he is today. I was very interested in this book because it is psychologically based, and having a psychology background, I was very intrigued to read a book about someone's experience living with a disorder, and specifically bipolar disorder. It was very interesting and I really enjoyed it. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. It did have its issues for me. I wasn't particularly a fan of John's writing style, but that's really a personal preference. Finding out after reading the entire book in the About the Author section, come to find out that John is more versed in poetry and he works more with poetry, and that made the writing a little bit more understandable because it's a lot of shorter sentences to kind of get everything in, and it was intriguing. It kept me interested. It's just, I'm not a huge fan of the short sentences, and him having a background in poetry probably contributed to that. This book was a very quick read. It did take me a little long to read it. It took me about a month to read it, but that's just because March was crazy busy. So it took me longer than expected to read it, but it is fairly short, so super easy to get through. If memoirs are your thing, and if psychology memoirs are your thing, it might be something to check out. I was actually expecting a lot more out of this memoir than I was getting as far as the psychology elements were based. There are a lot of stories in it around John's life and around his college life, and just various stories kind of leading up to him being admitted into the psychiatric hospital, and a lot of it was interesting, but there were parts of it that didn't completely keep my attention, but then there were also other stories that really kept my attention. Starting off reading this book, I was definitely leaning more towards a 4.5 stars, and then it kind of slowed down for me in the middle, but then ultimately picked back up towards the end. Like I said, all of the short stories and like essay type portions of this book, most of them were intriguing. It was interesting to find out more about John's life, and I think some of it fell flat just because I don't know him, because it's not a celebrity memoir. I do read primarily celebrity memoirs, so I have a little bit more investment in those memoirs, but this having a psychology base around it, I was very intrigued, and I'm glad that I read it. It was interesting coming from a patient's point of view and their life, rather than just reading a psychologist's point of view and how they perceive their patients. So that was definitely interesting. So if you're interested in psychology and this seems like something you might want to check it out, I will have links in the description for both the Goodreads page and the Amazon page, so you can check it out if you are interested. I did enjoy it. It's not something that I plan on reading again, but it was an enjoyable book, getting into John's mind and getting into the mind of somebody with bipolar disorder. So that is all I have for this video. Thank you again to the publisher for sending me a copy of the ebook to read. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you all are having a great day. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more content. I'm gonna try to get to a posting schedule. We'll see if it happens. Thank you all for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.